Welcome to Internet Supreme Court, the show where we, the judges, and you, the jury, judge the weekly cultural zeitgeist. And I'm Chief Justice Bacon, just like the regular Supreme Court. You did not vote for me, but don't worry, I'm not corrupt. Internet Supreme Court this week is brought to you by
Bob Ross Make Your Own Gummy Kit. Because when you think of Bob Ross, you think of gummies. I don't know. I don't understand. I read the instructions, and it takes about 20 minutes to make. So I'm going to make these, and then we're going to try them on air. Where's the mold? Is there no mold? Candy mold tray. Okay, it's supposed to have a candy mold tray. There's no mold here. It didn't come with the one thing that makes it Bob Ross. The one thing. All right, so I'm just going to use this. It's the only mold tray that came with it.
All right, before I taste this.
Oh my God. I'm so excited. Are they in the shape of penises?
It's the shape of the bottles that they came in.
You know, the famous Bob Ross bottles.
Bob Ross bottles?
Ross bottles. Literally, I unwrapped, I recorded the whole thing of me opening this up, and there was the one thing that made this Bob Ross, the molds, isn't there.
That's really funny.
So I'm going to give this a shot. Welcome.
In Bob Ross name, you know, there's no mistakes. It's just a happy accident. So
yeah, here's a happy accident. Well, we'll see how happy this is. I'm going to taste it.
Look at all those beautiful colors.
Happy little gummies.
I know. Like, are they special gummies or are they just simple Bob Ross gummies? Because
that's pretty difficult to get out.
Yeah. That looks not look good.
Contrast. Well done.
I
like that it blends into your background. Look how floppy.
You need to speak into a microphone, buddy.
I was talking to Siri, not you. 1 second.
Why? That is just a gummy dick right there.
That is, yeah. That's
oh
my
floppy.
God. It's even got that's got a mushroom head. Yeah, that's just a penis. That's just a gummy penis.
Bob Ross.
No.
Yep. Oh no.
Oh God, I'm so glad the microphone's not near your mouth right now.
That entire shot, we need to go back and screen cap that because that was a 1990s extreme gummies commercial shot right there. Just a face and a gummy penis. Everything else was
creepy
blurry.
Crawlers.
Yeah. Some kid named Zach eating gummy.
You know, I always wanted creepy crawlers. Never got that.
Yeah.
It's basically the boys' easy bake oven, right?
Pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How are the gummies?
Kind of tasteless.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Really?
And it has layers where the bottom is more dense than the top. So
Can't
obviously
imagine
I didn't stir it enough. I'm gonna go in for another bite.
I'm pretty sure it's just gelatin and food dye.
There's no flavoring agent.
No, you're just eating hooves.
Yeah. It really is. It has sedimentary layers where the bottom is much harder and denser than the other layers. Yeah, I'm going to say...
I've never wanted in food? Sedimentary layers. Never asked for that.
Ugh.
Is it like a geology project now?
It sounds like
all right. Well, we're not going to get our money from Bob Ross gummies. So.
Oh, man. Well, there goes my kidney transplant.
By the way, if you want to donate to a kidney transplant,
Geekscape.com/Nate kidney transplant. I was just gonna ask if
there it is.
where did you get Bob Ross's little art gelatin pack.
It was a gag gift from work.
Oh,
And like a thing where you play a game and then like when you win, you go get to pick a prize. And I picked that one. And I wish I didn't.
Yeah. No, I don't. I think it was a failure all the way around.
I think that was a huge flop failure. Never going to do that again.
Well, the Bob Ross estate is on blast.
definitely floppy.
Yeah. Suck it.
Guilty.
But we got to get to some news. We got a lot of news to get to. Do you see that awesome segue?
Yes. Whoa, that coat just appeared, Katie.
Whoa! It's my news coat, and it's a little bit snug over the robe.
That's okay.
By the end of the show, I want just keep adding layers to yourself.
Fair.
So we all know what's going on. This just happened a couple hours ago. And I kind of want to set the scene. So earlier on Truth Social, at 1:37 p.m., it says Elon was wearing thin. I asked him to leave. I took away his EV mandate that forced everyone to buy electric cars that nobody else wanted, that he knew for months that I was going to do. And he just went crazy.
His mandate. Jesus Christ.
He literally did an EV ad on the White House front lawn.
Yeah, on the front lawn.
Yes. He's acting. This is what we're all going to learn here is neither of these guys give a shit about us at all. And they'll flip on each other.
What?
He also said the easiest way to save money in our budget, billions and billions of dollars, is to terminate Elon's governmental subsidies and contracts. I was surprised that Biden didn't do it.
Trump literally gave them to him.
Yes.
Literally.
A month ago.
Literally. Oh, this is too.
Oh my God.
So then Elon Musk posted, "Time to drop a really big bomb. At real Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day."
Did any of us doubt this? Like, did anyone say, "Oh, I'm surprised by this information"?
No.
I think a lot of our grandparents are, or the worst people we know. They're having a bad day, but I don't know about anybody else.
Yeah. I mean, everyone's already known about this. And now it's just like, it's so petty. And it just shows how like he'll flip. And then he says, "Mark this post for the future. The truth will come out." Some great memes, just for Elon Trump, me. That's great. Love that. We'll get to a little bit more memes later. I want to cover, this is now 4 hours ago on X. He says, "Time to drop the really big bomb about the Epstein files." And since then, he has go on just a tweet storm, anything anti-Trump, just a little eyebrow raise about all the nice stuff that he said. What was the bet? Like, he's just the world's greatest fiction writers couldn't have received a time like this. 100 cry emoji. President versus Elon. Who wins? My money's on Elon.
Oh
Yes. How sad
God.
how fucking sad. Nate Lopez, if you did this, I would send you a text making fun of you.
I mean, if I did this, you would send me a text, one making fun of me, then immediately into, "Is everything okay?
Is everything cool, dude? Are you still engaged? Because you're on like a downward spiral."
We live in
Did
a
you think
world.
he's on a ketamine kick or something?
Yeah.
Or-
Gotta be. We live in a world where the two most powerful men in the world are just swinging their moron dicks at each other now.
But that's
I
what's
hate-
sad. They're so small. They're not even swinging. They're just kind of.
It's the saddest fucking
shaking
thing.
their hips.
Yeah. The Trump terror.
Bob Ross's
recession
jello was
the second
longer
year.
than their dicks.
That's a
Dude,
good point.
A fucking problem with any of this, Elon. How come you didn't say anything a month ago when you were on the front lawn selling your cars, you moron asshole?
This reminds me of when Trump left office and all of his fucking cabinet members started coming out with tell-all books.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna you should have in the moment. You
Yeah.
You
fuck.
should have done it in the moment. You should have done all this in the moment.
Fucking Elon Musk spent $250 million getting this man elected, and now, oh God, I can't stand any of these assholes.
No, Elon did not criticize Trump personally first. Trump criticized Elon first.
Oh, God,
Elon
we're in a who shot first now?
criticized Trump's bills first. This is child brain thinking. This is baby brain thinking. Trump commented on Elon around June 5th. Oh my God. Oh my God, dude.
Every dude
you're
who's
so
ever
sad.
said that women are too emotional are so worked up right now.
Look at this. Look at this. Dude, you are sad, man. That is so sad. This is all so sad. You are simping for billionaires. You don't think these people can't defend themselves? That's what you have to do in your free time is go out and defend a billionaire who doesn't give a shit about you? Oh my God. The tiny dick energy around here is just insane. Insane. Do you have you had a great meme that you could share, Katie?
Yeah. Let me get that bad boy up on it. This made me laugh. Musk after the breakup, just hit up Mean Girls. And it does. It feels like a Mean Girls thing.
It is.
That's all it is. That's absolutely what it is.
And you know what? It isn't even that. Like, it isn't even at this level. It isn't at high school level. This is like middle school level arguments happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's from some of the richest, most powerful people in the world right now. This is what they're doing. It's so sad, this timeline that we live in.
I firmly believe that if you try to be president, you're probably insane on some. Even Obama, I just think that they're not normal people. I also believe that if you're a billionaire, you're probably insane. You know, I don't think there's normal people with billions of dollars. When you combine that with these two personalities, I mean, this is something that everybody could see happening from 3 million miles away. You know, we all knew this was going to happen.
We didn't expect it to last this long.
I honestly did. I'm surprised we got through the election and got to this point that everybody was like, oh yeah, Elon, we didn't elect him, but he's around for so much. And it's just like, oh great, now here we are. Now what are you guys going to do about this? Because you know Trump is going to gaslight everybody into being like, no, I never wanted him.
Well, what you're going to see over the next week or so while we're busy paying attention to this Real Housewives shit, that's when Congress is going to start pushing through bullshit. You're going to see all kinds of just more rights erosion.
Speak of the devil. Nate, the Marijuana Herald, as we all subscribe to, I get it sent to my house. Somebody prints it off on an inkjet printer and then drops it off at my house.
Do they take off the little whole paper on the side for you?
No, they leave that. They know I like to pull that off and then nibble on it as I read.
It's very fun. You can feed it to hamsters too.
Yeah, that's how I learned.
Roll something with it. Yeah.
Yeah. The House Appropriations Subcommittee has officially advanced a Republican-backed spending bill that includes a controversial provision to ban most consumable cannabinoid products. Cannabinoid products currently sold nationwide. Now, I read through this article, and just so you guys know, a lot of summer savings going on.
Yeah.
Like
side note,
yeah,
all marijuana stuff is just ads. It's just nothing
really
but
is.
ads. It's all spam.
It is. But on here, it's mostly getting rid of hemp and trying to get rid of like the CBDs and the Delta 8s, like
those
everything.
Aren't even really THC.
No.
Just with the
Gotcha.
safest parts
So
of
it's all the
them.
workarounds that Republicans are afraid of, like the
Yes.
Delta 8 down in Texas. Okay. God bless Massachusetts. My God.
And Illinois
and California.
California, baby. Yeah, we got to kill.
It's so stupid, though, but by state. Like it should have been legalized by now. And we're going to have more rights eroded as we're all paying attention to this. Also, just did you have another thing you wanted to say? Sorry, Katie.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to move on to the other because a big thing here in Chicago right now. I can't even see downtown. Like it is, the air quality here is horrendous, and we are sitting in right by where the Canadian wildfire smoke is coming in. We all dealt with this last year, right? You guys dealt with this in Massachusetts.
Yeah, we had
in
some.
Los Angeles.
And it hit LA? Yeah.
They had fires
Well,
in
we
LA?
had,
Huh.
yeah, isn't that weird? No one talks about it enough.
Yeah.
To be fair, that story disappeared nationwide, and I assume that that entire town is still burned.
I know because I was on set for something and it was not in the state of California, and I had to tell them like I was going to be late because of the LA fires and not knowing whether or not I could evacuate or get out in time.
God,
And
that was
they had
terrible.
no idea what we were still going through. I was like, seriously?
Wow.
Didn't that get fixed in a week?
Weird how it didn't.
It's really bad right now. You're not even supposed to go outside. It's literally unhealthy to go outside.
Well, to be
lot
fair,
more
it's also
wildfires.
Chicago, so there's the guns.
Well, that's what saves us. See,
Sure. Yeah, just shoot the air. It'll knock it down.
I've tried.
You get rid of hurricanes.
That's what fireworks are. That's what fireworks hillbillies tried to destroy the sky.
We are so screwed if we get aliens. We're so screwed.
I don't know, man. They'll probably stop back. Oh, you're Hicks. All right, then. Bye forever. We're just gonna put a cage around the world. You
We're just
kill
a
yourselves.
backwater planet.
Nobody, stay away, idiots.
When you're dead, we'll come mine your planet for resources.
Yeah.
See in 100 years. Dead species walking.
Speaking of which, this might have all of this big stupid fight right now could just be they don't even care. We'll all forget about this in a little bit. And it takes away from Taco Trump, which Katie Hampton, you have a case about in the news as well. This sticks with the news.
It really does. And I think
story. And maybe Donald Trump couldn't be called taking a loser for more than a day before he just had to get in a fight with somebody.
Well, and I think it's kind of part and parcel for what we were all talking about with this distractions on distractions, and that's a big point of let's talk about it.
Nice.
Yeah. No, you want to
do taco about?
Yeah, I'll give you something to talk about. All right, but for real though, we need to talk about Trump. Okay, guys, because some shit went down last week and it's already being trumped by other things. So before we talk about Trump in and of himself, let's talk about Robert Armstrong. Now, Robert Armstrong writes for the Financial Times, and he's a big, boring nerd that coined the phrase taco. TACO.
Can I point out something, Katie?
Yeah.
He looks like that one card in Guess Who.
He does look like that one card in Guess Who. What's that guy's name?
Like Colonel Mustard's understudy.
I just remember he was the first one you put down. Does he have a beard? Nope, not that guy.
Not that guy. Is he bald? Maybe.
Maybe. There's 3 left.
So this guy, he invented taco.
He invented taco, which is shorthand because he was writing so many financial articles that he needed a way to shortly write Trump always chickens out, which is hilarious. And it's an acronym that Armstrong didn't think he was going to make into something memeable or as quippy or anything like that. But it was to explain all of these unwarranted tariffs, where he was basically saying he's going to be big and bravado at the very beginning, and then he's going to pull back. You will always chicken out at the very last second so that you don't actually have to pay these tariffs or, I don't know, ruin our economy, whatever the case. So because this man writes for the Financial Times, a news outlet that he admittedly, as himself has said, is basically like a hometown newspaper of the rootless global elite, we're not lefties, but we're also not Trump-style Republicans. So, he's riding that bipartisan rail with all these financial things, but the Financial Times isn't some bastion of liberal wokeness or a meme factory. This quote, however, is from the publicly funded, politically semi-neutral outlet NPR with the interview of Mary Louise Kelly and Robert Armstrong, who said, I think the president believes that other countries around the world were doing wicked things to the United States, and when they stop, it will only be good. But the sad fact about economic policy is that it always involves trade-offs. If you want to get one thing, you're going to have to pay for it somewhere else. And every time the president discovers that he's going to pay, he just seems to back off. And what that says to me is the president likes tariffs on TV, but when the rubber hits the road and the costs become apparent, he just doesn't care that much. Shocking. I know.
Crazy. I can't believe it.
About business deals, about family members.
Man, if only we had 40 years of evidence about this.
Or previous histories, or history in general to show us that these kinds of people don't usually succeed or make things progress further. But yeah, he doesn't care. He'll pretend he cares. For instance, I only heard about the taco thing because it went viral recently. I only heard about it like a week ago or so. When did you guys hear about the whole taco thing?
Yeah, a week ago.
Yeah, about that on Reddit. Yeah. It came across. And weirdly, the I think you should leave subreddit. It's just kind of an anti-Trump one now. So that's where I heard it.
Oh, that's great to know. I guess I'm going to have to hop on that one.
It's a fun Reddit, yeah.
But the article that Robert Armstrong used this original taco thing was from May 2nd. So it was like over a month ago. And then it got picked up by Wall Street people because it just became a shorthand for everybody who reads the Financial Times, which you have to have a subscription. And let me tell you, there's a really great add-on for Google that's a read-only thing. Just letting you know, if you don't want to go through all of your weed promos and things like that on your next article review. Putting it out there.
Yeah, I know where it is. I like them on the show.
Oh, okay. I do too, to be honest.
Bacon still has like 9 little toolbars for his web browsers up top.
Yeah.
I do too.
The goddamn show together, but I don't know how to use a browser.
It's wild.
Yeah,
you should learn. You should learn.
You should really learn that. Yeah.
All right.
Give you some tips and tricks.
Yeah.
Now, the only reason why I heard about this was because a reporter asked Trump at the White House about this. And of course, he responded gracefully and presidentially. And in his classic way, he called the question a nasty question after saying he had never heard about this whole taco thing. Hilarious. And also gaslighting himself by saying that. And he also called us the hottest country right now, which
hottest country.
Hottest country. I mean,
hottest I'm not going to now is a dumpster fire south of Canada.
We're all on fire.
All right.
We're also all on fire because we can't agree that climate change is real, and there's rising anger amongst the rank and file of the middle class trying to become something a little bit more than middle class, or actually become a middle class, or I don't know, corporations are pretending to be a part of Pride Month. Go Pride. Our country is really hot right now.
It's very hot.
But this sparked a wee bit of a trolling around the internet, such as... Maybe you heard about this. Maybe you didn't. I only heard about this because I read a Fox News article. Yep, I went down there. The chairman of the DNC, Ken Martin, rented out a taco truck saying Trump may be chicken, but at least we're bringing the tacos.
Nice.
Yeah.
I know JD Vance had a problem with that.
Oh, he did. Yeah, he thought it was lame, and he ended up claiming that it was parked in the wrong area. This is the hilarious part about it is that they're like, oh, they're so dumb. They're so moronic.
It's crazy when they are doing middle school arguments, and the best that he could do is the homeowner association vice president.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like his is better. Oh, you know what? Shouldn't have been parked there.
That was the wrong area.
You get a ticket.
Yeah.
So.
At least that's not, he made fun of him first,
Well, you might get a little bit of that from the RNC communications director, literally saying, laughing my fucking ass off, a taco truck. Are they going to give free vasectomies again, too? These people are morons. No wonder Democrats' approval rating is at a historic low.
What? I think he's talking about presidential approval ratings.
Now
I've
this
seen
is
those numbers.
this is high school bully.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's all the worst arguments.
Can we also discuss the fact that the RNC communications director said LMFAO?
Yeah.
What?
By the way, LMFAO gets like a royalty every time you use that.
I should
So
hope so.
yeah.
I should hope so.
What's wrong with free
Party rockin'.
vasectomies? I will tell you, a vasectomy is the smartest thing I ever did.
What is wrong with free vasectomies? Why wouldn't they even like that?
Because it's free healthcare, Bacon. I'm glad you asked.
I can't have that. That's
Okay.
communism.
But
Okay.
they totally self-owned themselves. And also, the other part that I don't really understand is that he said again. I don't know, did they do this when they were proposing
No.
all these? Okay.
Also, too big of a jump. You can't go a taco truck. What are they going to do next? Freeze vasectomies? Whoa, whoa! You jumped so many free blood, or like just a blood truck.
That's just to take it back to improv, the language we all speak. This is when you're in level 4 teaching the Herald. Somebody makes that A to Q jump. You're like, all right. I mean, I see where you're going.
It's weird. I mean,
There's a step in between
aliens in the family scene, but I get what you're saying.
bit of a journey, a bit of a Lord of the Rings style journey to get to that place. And I love that his first thought is taco truck. What's the opposite of taco? Vasectomy.
You know what that is? That's his wife at home being like, I am tired of being on the pill. You do this or we are not having sex again.
That is
so
what's
right
really
on his mind.
It's so in his head. And it's just spilling out of him.
Yep. And he's in his mind, he's thinking it's the NBA finals. I could just sit on the couch for 3 days and just watch the fucking Thunder play. Yep. It's right there. It's right in his brain.
Right there. But I do love how much this has kind of made people annoyed. And like, there's another great one from the satirical news column, the Borowitz Report, made this hysterical claim that Mexico's president renamed the Liberty Bell to the Taco Bell.
God, see, that's how you do it. That's how you do it.
That's funny.
That's
100% how you do that. And what a great joke. It's poignant. It's perfect. A lot of people believe that this was a real thing, and they got up and
ramble on for 15 sentences and doesn't go anywhere and makes all these jumps. It's like, hey, you know what? I'm going to get straight into the point with the joke because I have a brain.
Exactly. Kind of skip over all the nonsense, get right to the joke, and it's the Taco Bell. Solid joke. Or perhaps you guys saw this thing that happened that was taco being spelled out over Mar-a-Lago. I don't know if you guys saw this.
What?
That's so goddamn funny. Oh my God.
But wouldn't it be, though? Unfortunately, Snopes called it fake because it is an AI-generated video, which sucks.
I was going to say
I should have seen that.
Well, but that's the problem, though, isn't it? Is that we're getting fed a lot of different information from a lot of different sources, and we're not always completely clear on what is real and what is not real. And I think that's the point, that all of this, taco, whatever, is a distraction. What seems to be happening is that people are focusing their time and their money and their attention on the wrong things. Although taco is very funny, it's from a verifiable nerd, but we're also kind of denigrating the people that actually have the jokes that are really funny or the actual intellect. I want you guys to take a look at this, this news reporter who went live this week in Florida, and he starts blasting people about blasting Doge for all of their budget cuts. Play this real quick.
As you've grown accustomed to my presentations over my 34 years in South Florida newscasts, confidently, I went on TV and I told you it's going to turn. You don't need to worry. It is going to turn. And I am here to tell you that I'm not sure I can do that this year because of the gutting, the sledgehammer attack on science in general, and I could talk about that for a long, long time, and how that is affecting the U.S. Leadership in science over many years, and how we're losing that leadership. And this is a multi-generational impact on science in this country. All right. But specifically, let's talk about the federal government cuts to the National Weather Service and to NOAA. Did you know that Central and South Florida National Weather Service offices are currently basically 20 to 40% understaffed? From Tampa to Key West, including the Miami office, 20 to 40% understaffed. Now, this type of staffing shortage is having impacts across the nation because there's been a nearly 20% reduction in weather balloon launches that carry those radio signs. And what we're starting to see is that the quality of the forecasts is becoming degraded.
So, a little bit scary, not gonna lie. We have the beautiful thing of Robert Armstrong giving us this great meme-worthy catchphrase with Taco. But I feel like a lot of this has kind of been self-perpetuated by the Republicans. The general outrage, all of the backlash, all of the conversation around it, it all feels very distracting into what our actual news is. And it also feels like nerds like Robert Armstrong and this gentleman from MSNBC who says, I can't really predict the actual weather now because government funding has completely shot everything. We're denigrating all of the intellectuals within our society. And I find that very interesting. And it reminds me of season 1 of Andor, where they said the pace of oppression outstrips our ability to understand it. And this is the real trick of the imperial thought machine. It's easier to hide behind 40 atrocities than it is to hide behind a single incident.
Yep. Andor is the most prescient TV show I have ever seen. It absolutely speaks to what's happening right now. 2 seasons of perfection.
Agreed. Wholeheartedly agreed. I didn't even know that there were fires going on in Canada. I had no idea that we had this hurricane potentially coming in around Florida. There's so much of this kind of getting caught up in the bullshit that it's hard to determine what is actually real and what is not, and what is AI generated and what is not. And I feel like that is the intention. I just want you all to remember what our good nerd friend Robert Armstrong said: when the rubber meets the road, the cost becomes apparent. He just doesn't care that much. And this is why he can gaslight and manipulate his story at any given moment. We can poke fun and jab at the Republicans for supporting him, but the rich are getting richer, the poor are getting poorer, the educated are becoming devalued, and the uneducated are being misled. We have to be careful where we spend our money, where we get our news, and we have to ask questions, and we have to start to recognize distractions when they come at us. And they're going to be coming at us full hog, especially in the next couple of months, and even more so than they already have. And when the giant, scary new tariff or whatever else it is that Trump will bring for us, perhaps we have to stop buying certain products, and we have to help promote people who are not encouraging this fear mongering or, I don't know, calling people names. And we have to spend our money at different places like, I don't know, the Geekscape TeePublic site.
Oh my God.
Which is now up.
Get to that, Katie. Good God. Fucking God.
Jesus, that was... You really snuck that one in.
Yeah.
You can now get the Winking Cat of Justice t-shirt.
That's a good
which
shirt.
Is incredible. I am so ready to get this shirt, and we ain't judging things blindly anymore here, guys. But if you're not able to get into that, and perhaps Matt Kelly willing, you might get into this shirt that I was going to make called "I Went to Philly and All I Saw Was the Taco Bell."
I love it. I love it. That's a great shirt.
That's a good shirt.
So that's Taco for you.
There you go. Yeah. It's all fucking bullshit, but also we already know all about the cuts, and then it just makes you sad, and then it just makes you mad at them, and then you see them arguing, with a billionaire, and then you get mad. What really makes me mad is other people online who feel like they need to defend these people, like they are oppressed in some sort of way, and oh my God, I thank God some moron on Twitter came and defended Elon Musk. Oh, what would he ever do? He could pay people to defend him online and does do that. You don't need to do that for him for free, you idiot.
Well, I think the tech bros that this I'm smarter than you guy who rides hard for Elon, they're still riding hard. They're still looking down on everyone else for being idiots and not forward thinking. I don't understand how you can justify this anymore. But hey, fuck it.
Fuck it.
I'm a Democrat, so
I can't imagine why. But you can always go look up some really great Geekscape content and buy some shirts and some great merch. Hey, if you like the Taco Bell shirt, let us know. Write it in the comments.
And I have to add on some like more internet Supreme Court stuff that I'm working on there that you guys can see.
nice.
Because you make some good stuff.
So let's take a relaxing 5-minute break. Let's relax, and then we're going to come back. And Nate has some awesome movie news from some Robert Pattinson.
Breaking news.
Ooh.
Nate found a thread.
I
that
did.
He wants to share with
I
them.
found something that I think is just important information.
Yeah. All right. We'll see you guys in 5.
Bye.
Relax. Just want to say once again, we are sponsored by
God.
Bob Ross.
Oh, now I see Bob Ross.
You see
Now I
that
get it. Yeah,
See
now I get it.
skeleton?
Yeah,
To try another. Maybe it was just the dick-shaped ones. Hold on.
I don't think so. I think
Can't
it's still gonna be bad.
They're slimy.
Why does this feel like salad fingers? Oh God, no.
You're
Why?
right, it does. Yes, this is the bad side of YouTube right now.
Yep. It's the dark side.
You have that guy with the weird gloves who uses scalpels to cut open gummy candies.
Yeah.
And toss
Oh,
This is just mukbang.
Well, I'll tell you, the other colors aren't even good.
Shocking.
it is.
I'd actually say the dick one is the best one.
Yeah, we knew you'd say that.
Rarely is blue the better flavor.
Oh, I'm shocked. Crazy. Bacon likes the dick one. Weird.
It has less flavor in it, or
I think it has less flavor, and that's why it tastes better. I should stop eating it. Actually,
yeah. Why are you doing that?
I don't know. Once I start, there is sugar in it. You know,
That'll do it.
it's just addicting enough.
Addicting.
You guys ready to go to the movie? Let's go to the movie. Nate Lopez, our chief dishonorable judge movie reporter.
That is true. I'm so excited. So I've shared something. Can you put that up on the big part, if you don't mind?
Big boy.
All right, my friends. Today we're going to talk about Robert Pattinson. I had this thought a few months ago, and I thought it might be fun to check. And then I forgot about it until yesterday, and I put it together. And this tickled me pink. This is maybe my favorite thing I've seen in a very long time. But first, before we get into it, we need to talk. There's an old trope. Every movie you see Tom Cruise in, he runs. He runs in every Mission Impossible. He runs in Top Gun. He runs in Jerry Maguire. If he's in a movie that's not My Left Foot, he's running. Tom Hanks, he likes to pee. He talks about pee. He actually pees. He has a very good pee face. You can see right here, 2 good pee faces. And this is how you pee in a suit, because you don't want to get it on the suit. And you don't want your suit jacket to hang over it or your little shirt tails. So that's kind of how it happens for
like you're scared of your own penis.
Those of us that are not endowed. So Tom Hanks pees. Brad Pitt eats. Yeah, he looks cool when he eats. You know, he eats in Oceans, all of them. He eats in Meet Joe Black. If he's in a movie, he's eating. Harrison Ford points angrily. These are known things, okay? These men do things. Well, I'm here to tell you that Robert Pattinson hates gravity. He just does. And I'm going to prove this to you.
All right.
Robert Douglas Thomas Pattinson, a 4-name gentleman like myself.
Sorry, Nate, real quick. It looks like why he hates gravity is because somebody dropped him upside down onto his head. And that's
why. Well, you take that back. This man is handsome. This man has a dimple chin. Look at those cheekbones, Bacon.
He's a handsome man. It's just a bad haircut for him.
Do you think he's tapping his cheeks in to do that?
Definitely. Look at his mouth. There's no question.
He can't smile like that because then he has like.
So let's learn about Robert Douglas Thomas Pattinson. He's 39 years old. He's from London, England. He's best known for Twilight, The Batman, Tenet, and Harry Potter. I want to talk about these movies. The first one I would like to talk about is Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. This is made in 2005. This was really our first introduction to Mr. Robert Pattinson. We are introduced to him in the port key scene. I'm going to play this. There's no sound. But we see him gently gliding from the sky, and he lands very gracefully because he is Robert Pattinson, and Harry Potter is not graceful. That is our first introduction to Robert Pattinson. Interesting, but it's not a case yet.
Okay.
Well, there we go. Sorry. The Batman, 2022. This is near the end. This is a fairly recent movie. Well, in The Batman, we all know what happens. He's chased by police, and he gets on top of the police station, which is gigantic, and he flies down this building in a bat suit, crashes, somehow doesn't get hurt, but he defies gravity again. Okay, 2 movies does not a pattern make.
Okay.
All right. I believe you.
All right.
So moving on to Tenet, 2020.
Hold on. Let me get my ears ready.
So we've seen him glide down gracefully. We've seen him glide down ungracefully. Well, what about the other way? Tenet, in this particular case, he goes the opposite way. What? He repels up a building through bungee jumping or time. I don't know, and I don't care. This is a bad movie. My point is, he defies gravity. Unreal, 2020. Okay. Is there more? Why, yes, there is. Twilight, 2008. We are immediately introduced to Edward Cullen as he picks up Bella and he flies to a tree. What? This is crazy. He does this in all 4 movies. He flies. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're starting to see a pattern. Those are his 4 biggest roles. All 4 of them, he flies. Okay. Well, there's got to be more.
Yeah.
What else do we have? Why is it so hard to advance in this? Oh, I hate it. I hate it so
I know.
bad.
I know.
It's
Hey,
just what
StreamYard,
happens.
we could totally make this better.
Yep. All right. We're going to do this. We're going to scroll down
There you
here and
go.
then we'll just go up. Yeah.
Love
What are you going to do? Water for Elephants. Okay.
Ooh.
This is a movie that nobody saw
Mhm.
because it takes place in a 1930s circus, and we have all collectively decided that we hate that time period.
Also, the
Well-
title is bad because why would I see a movie? That's not for me. That sounds like that's just water for elephants.
That's
So
all it was.
It should be
That's
called
all it
Movie
is.
for Person.
I also have no
That's it.
idea what Water for Elephants is about, and I think because the title tells me nothing about
Yeah,
it.
Movie for Person is a better title.
He is in Water for Elephants. He is a veterinarian in charge of. Look at that! Oh God, he hates gravity. He falls. Oh, Christoph Waltz thinks it's hilarious. He falls. All right. Well, this can't go on, can it? It can. Mickey 17. This was made in 2025. What happens in
just
Mickey
watched this.
17? Why? I'm surprised you have to ask. This is a dinner scene. This is Robert Pattinson standing up, and he's jerking around. He's going to throw up, and he goes and he stands on a thing and he wobbles. Is he going to fall? We don't know. Oh, he's wobbling. He's wobbling. He's making a big game of it, and boom goes the dynamite, and Robert Pattinson falls again. Ladies and gentlemen, could it be? Is this just what he does? Well, I am starting to believe that maybe this truly is what he is known for now. The Lighthouse, 2019. This is the end of the movie. The big climax. Spoilers for The Lighthouse. I didn't turn off the light. Sorry. He falls. Pretty badly in this one. All the way down the lighthouse. It's pretty.
Boy, does he.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal. He falls on that one. From The Lighthouse, we go into The King. Ooh, this was actually a very entertaining movie. It was on Netflix only, I believe, but he plays a foppish French Dauphin. It's just fun to say. Well, there's a big fight scene at the end. Let's take a look at it, see what happens. There's Timothée Chalamet. Here comes Robert Pattinson, and he falls, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, he hates gravity. Robert Pattinson hates gravity. It's unbelievable. The Lost City of Z. Nobody saw this because it sucked. Does he fall? Well, let's find out, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, man, StreamYard, you got to work on this. He had a bit part in The Lost City of Z. But he comes in and look at that. Right away, he falls. It was pretty hard to see. I think I cut it at the wrong time, but he definitely fell in that one. The Devil All the Time. This is a movie he did with Spider-Man. He did this movie with Spider-Man. Again, it was a Netflix only. Spider-Man had a really bad accent in it. Robert Pattinson's accent was actually pretty good. Spider-Man comes into this church with a gun and he shoots and he falls, ladies and gentlemen. Robert Pattinson falls again. Wowzers.
Is there
I went
any
through
movie
his
he
entire
doesn't
filmography. I went through all of them.
Yeah.
I found 3 movies he does not fall in, but let's look at them. The Boy and His Heron. Robert Pattinson was in this Miyazaki film. He voiced a character. Bet you can't guess who it is. Why could it be? Could it be the heron? Is he a bird? Yes, he's a bird. He still hates gravity, ladies and gentlemen. Robert Pattinson still going against gravity. There's one more. The Queen of the Desert. This was in 2015. He made this with Nicole Kidman. In it, I scoured this movie. I scoured it. I am sad to say, at no point does he fall. However, he does fall in love.
Fall in love.
It counts.
No.
I'm counting it. And then there's one more. And this is the movie that did it for me. This is the one that proves that he loves to fall. Because I scoured this entire movie. Not once does he physically fall. But I'm going to show you the last scene. Spoilers for Remember Me.
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
Just watch.
No.
Caroline. Hello.
Yes, it is.
Yep. My God.
This is the last scene of the movie.
You gotta be kidding me.
And we pull out from our hero, Robert Pattinson, who is standing near the top. Could it be? Could it be? He's in the North Tower, ladies and gentlemen. He doesn't fall in this movie. He falls 10 seconds after this movie ends.
Oh my God. Oh my God. You gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, that was the thing that did it for me.
Oh
that was the movie that proved.
The love of God. Jesus Christ.
Ladies and gentlemen,
to mute that as a
Robert Pattinson hates gravity. I rest my case.
Do you think he would team up with John Mayer? And
He might. I think he should.
Okay.
I think it'd be a good little team.
It'd be great. I feel like we should make a compilation video with that song.
I've collected a lot of where he falls. I went through his entire filmography, and I mean, I'm not kidding. When he falls in every movie, every single one. He either falls or he glides. He is constantly fighting gravity in his movies, and I don't get it. I don't know. We just like to watch him fall, I guess.
I mean, do you think that he's a good actor, a good fall actor when he falls?
I genuinely do. I think like The Lighthouse is the one that did it for me. He's a good pratfaller. Mickey 17, he's got a lot of pratfalls. I think he's very, very good in that. And also The King. The King was a great fall. It was very French, very and then just the most ridiculous
embarrassing.
Yeah.
I never liked that scene in Harry Potter when they come down. I don't really get why they're kicking their legs. It looks really weird.
It does. It looks like when you're holding a dog, like
because
trying to walk.
See it, you're like, I see the contraption that's holding them up. I see that they're in like that swing
the rigging.
the child in, and then that's what it's hooked up to.
Yeah.
Besides that, liked all his falls.
I mean, and technically he falls when good old He Who Must Not Be Named kills him too. Spoilers
Yes,
for
he
Harry
does.
Potter 4.
Now, as I was going through, a lot of this is obviously I'm just pointing out things that a lot of actors do, but it's just something that like you don't see Julia Roberts falling a lot, you don't see Denzel Washington falling, but Robert Pattinson falls
Because
and
he's good at it.
He is good at it. He's
Just
good at
like
it, and we like to watch him fall.
P-face. Yeah. Some people have a good P face. Some people have a bad P face. Tom Hanks, great P face.
Great P face.
Mine,
Yeah.
horrible.
Oh, that's not a good one. That is not a good one.
That's a bad one.
When I touch it.
I feel like you need to see a doctor, Bacon.
Or an exorcist.
It's so small. I'm embarrassed to show the doctor. I think I laugh.
Don't be. They've
I
seen
showed
it
the
all.
exorcist. He laughed. And I'm done. And that's it. You just have to deal with that a couple times a day.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
So next time you go watch a Robert Pattinson movie, I want you to look for when he falls, because there's a good chance he will.
Yeah. Maybe check out our YouTube channel in a little bit. We'll have like a whole rundown, this whole case again, and then maybe you can collect all the falls and put them all together. Either he flies or falls, this fucking guy.
Every time.
Gravity.
You hear that? It's time to talk about what we learned today. It's the end of the show.
I learned that we live in a hellscape and nothing is good. And children are in charge of everything.
Yeah.
I learned that we make jokes because it's a distraction. And that's okay.
Recess penguin, I like it. We can't hear you, Bacon.
Not hear you at all.
Oh.
Oh, there's some. A little bit. Oh, please don't put that gummy in your mouth.
Can you hear me now?
Now we
Yeah.
can hear you.
I learned that Bob Ross gummies are not good.
You ate the whole package, Bacon.
Not
Yeah,
the
you did.
whole. I put a dent in it. If you went to a restaurant and you didn't want, you're embarrassed. You don't want to like not eat anything.
The scrape marks on that.
Oh my God. We should put the music back on.
Yeah.
That's our show. Come back next week. We got a bunch of new cases. We'll talk about the news. We'll get mad. We'll be happy. Anything else that we learned?
That's it.
I think that's it. All right. See you guys next week.